When the train hissed to a stop at the dusty station of Silver Creek, a woman stepped down carefully, one hat pinned perfectly, gloves spotless despite the long journey. Her name was Clara Jennings, 29, a teacher from Boston, and her heart beat fast with hope. But the moment her eyes met the man waiting with a bouquet of flowers, everything froze. The man's face turned pale. You didn't mention you were—" Clara's smile faded. "Black?" she finished softly. The man, Walter Green, shifted uncomfortably, eyes darting to the curious crowd. "This isn't going to work. My business, my reputation, people here wouldn't understand." He pressed a few wrinkled bills into her hand. "This should cover your stay for a few nights." Clara's heart ached. 6 months of letters, promises and dreams gone in seconds. And then, a deep voice interrupted. "Throwing money at a mistake again, Walter?" A tall man approached, broad-shouldered, sun-tanned, confident. "I'm Ethan Ward," he said, his piercing gray eyes meeting Clara's with quiet strength. "Miss Jennings, you shouldn't have to stand here humiliated. I have a house nearby, plenty of rooms. Stay there until you decide your next step." Walter stammered. "Ethan, are you mad? What will people say?" Ethan smirked. "The same people whose land I own? Let's see what they dare to say." And just like that, Clara found herself in a carriage heading toward Ward Estate, a magnificent farmhouse surrounded by golden fields. That night, over dinner, Ethan spoke openly. "I grew up in the North. My mother was an abolitionist. The color of someone's skin has never frightened me. Ignorance has." Clara smiled faintly. "Then you'll fit right in here," she said dryly. "This town seems full of it." What Ethan didn't know was that Clara carried more than heartbreak in her luggage. She carried proof. Her late grandfather had left her a small inheritance, along with sealed documents showing that much of Silver Creek's land, including Walter Green's store, had been illegally seized from freed families after the Civil War. Over the next few weeks, Clara spent hours in Ethan's vast library, quietly studying maps and records. She said she was just broadening her horizons. In truth, she was preparing for justice. When rumors spread that Ethan Ward was housing a colored woman, the town buzzed with gossip. Church ladies whispered, businessmen frowned, and one day Walter Green himself showed up at the estate, pretending to check on her. "It's not proper for a woman like you to stay here," he sneered. "The community is concerned." Clara met his gaze calmly. "Then the community can learn a lesson in decency." Ethan stepped forward. "She's my employee now, the new estate librarian." Walter flushed crimson. "A librarian for what? To teach us how to sin?" "No," Clara said firmly. "To teach you what truth looks like in writing." Days turned into weeks, and then one bright morning, Silver Creek's town hall overflowed with tension. Walter had gathered the town's most powerful men to complain about Ethan and his guest. The doors opened. Clara walked in beside Ethan, carrying a leather briefcase. "You accuse me of impropriety," Ethan said calmly. "But Miss Jennings is here for something far more serious. A legal matter that concerns you all." Walter scoffed. "Legal? She has no authority." Clara opened the briefcase. "I'm the granddaughter of Samuel Freeman, the rightful owner of most of Silver Creek's lands, including your store. Mr. Green, here are the original deeds, signed and recorded in 1866. The hall went silent. A local judge examined the papers, adjusting his glasses. "These look genuine." Walter shouted, "Forgery! This is insane!" Clara stood tall. "What's insane is how this town built its wealth on stolen soil. I'm not here to destroy you. I'm here to make things right." Gasps filled the room as an attorney. From the state, Historical Commission confirmed the authenticity of her documents. Within months, the Freeman Foundation was established, a project. Clara proposed to restore stolen land and fund schools, libraries, and housing for the poor. Walter Green's store became the first public library of Silver Creek. Ironically, the very place where ignorance once lived now housed the truth. Ethan often asked her, "You could have taken everything from them. Why show mercy?" Clara would smile. "Because revenge fixes nothing. Justice builds everything." 6 months later, the town had transformed. Children of all colors studied side by side. Farmers shared land fairly. and on the old square, a bronze plaque stood quietly. In memory of Samuel Freeman, whose land was taken but whose legacy restored, by his granddaughter Clara Jennings Ward. At sunset, Clara stood on her porch, no longer a rejected mail-order bride, but a woman who changed history. Ethan joined her, 2 cups of tea in hand. "You know," he said, smiling, "Walter's biggest mistake was rejecting you." Clara laughed softly. "No, his biggest mistake was underestimating me." And as the moon rose over Silver Creek, one truth shone brighter than all. That color can never define worth. And dignity will always outshine prejudice. Never let rejection based on color or status define your value. The world changes when you choose grace over revenge and truth over fear. If this story of courage and justice inspired you, subscribe now for more real-life inspired tales that remind us. Character, not color, defines who we are.